There's been a lot of uproar about these Sandisk SSD drives. I have never had a problem with them. And the main problems I've heard people talk about are with the Extreme Pro, which writes about 2000 megabits or megabytes per second, I think. The just extreme ones write at about 1000 megabits per second or megabytes. I might be mixing those two up. Whatever it is, the Extreme Pro is reportedly faster in ideal conditions by a factor of two, twice as fast as the regular Extreme. The prices for these are extremely low right now. You can get a 4 terabyte for 200 and something dollars, which is unheard of just a year ago. I think now is a great time to buy it as a backup. Now, I wouldn't use these as the sole storage device for any important work, but as a backup, now is a great time to buy it. If the vast majority of people are not having a problem with these, I don't know why people would move away from them. Because what's going to happen is everyone's going to flock to another brand, and then that brand's going to be expensive. And I don't believe that all of them are failing all of a sudden. It might just be how people are using them. I don't know. But I have never had a problem with them. A couple things I do when I first get these drives, I format them, not a quick format, the long format that clears everything off. I don't put the security on it, or at least not on all of them. But I generally don't put a security program on it. And I try to use the included USB cable almost all the time. And if you look closely, you'll see that it has an arrow on here. And I line that up just like this. So the label's on top, and I insert it this way. Also, if I'm using a USB type A, the USB type A adapter, there's an arrow on that too. So I kind of line those up. And also, I don't use it for extended periods of time, which means I don't leave it plugged in if I'm not using it. So it's not like it's my computer, it's attached to my computer all the time, because it does run hot. This is a wonderful device. I've never had a problem with it. Again, I hard format it. I try to make sure I use the included cable, and I plug it in the same way every time, trying to pay attention to the arrows that are on here. Great device. Now is a good time, in my opinion, to get one or a couple of these if you can afford it as backup. And I use this 4 terabyte as backup, 1 and 2 terabyte for different projects. But then I back up everything on the 4 terabyte.